Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dr. Lee Horan with Ignite Chiropractic, and I want to discuss some cool research that is not new. This research came back in 2004, but it's on the link between MS, which is multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's disease, and how trauma at some point in their life, usually in the cervical spine, which is in the neck, has been shown to be strongly correlated with both of these terrible diseases and ailments. So people that are suffering from these conditions, it's awful because everything starts to kind of creeps up on you slow and starts to strip away your life one by one, like one symptom by the next. With MS, it can be all sorts of varied things that usually it takes a long time for people to get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis because they think it's in their head because like, oh my gosh, I'm getting blurry vision, I'm getting numbness in part of my body, I'm getting another issue that's showing up elsewhere that's unrelated. It's like I can't smell things the same. All these weird things that take a while for people to get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and then it tends to get worse, and it's a progressive type of a disease. And the same thing happens with Parkinson's. Parkinson's is a disease that is, again, it's progressive. These are neurodegenerative conditions, which means that the brain is starting to deteriorate and it's not functioning the way that it's supposed to. Now, there is some cool hope with this research because if there has been trauma to the cervical spine, which is in the neck, then that means that the information that your spine is giving to your brain, and without getting too caught up, this is a huge connection. Your spine literally acts as a generator for movement. Whenever you move, that's generating power and electricity, if you want to think of it very, very simply. And that electricity is going up into your brain, and it's sort of charging it, and it's rewiring your brain on how it's functioning. So when you have trauma, and that trauma is not allowing the normal motion, let's say, in the neck, or the normal messages from your body to get to your brain, they're going to be distorted. So you're going to get a distorted power signal that's charging your brain up differently, and it's making your brain literally function differently and rewire itself abnormally. And over time, it just gets more and more reinforced in these abnormal patterns, which affects everything in the body because everything is connected, especially in the brain. So you affect one part of the brain, other areas nearby start to get affected, and it becomes like a ripple effect. One part of the brain starts to fall apart, the other part starts to work abnormal, other parts start to work abnormally as well. So, and then that has a ripple effect from the brain because the brain controls your entire body, right? Every cell in your body is functioning and it's alive, and it's literally being controlled and coordinated by your nervous system in your brain, which is hard to believe because you have 100 trillion cells in your body. So there's a huge intimate connection there. And when people are starting to get adjusted, what they found in the research is that people's symptoms started to improve with MS and with Parkinson's. These are, again, conditions that are constantly degenerating, so every 6 months or a year that people are getting tested, things tend to get worse and worse and worse. So in a lot of these cases, things are at least stabilizing, right? Which isn't a huge win in the grand scheme of things because we all want to snap our fingers and go back to being completely healthy. But to stop a condition that is known to get worse and worse and worse is a win in and of itself. And then some people have had success where that turns around and their body is able to rebuild itself. So that is worth sharing, and that is worth latching onto some hope because most of these people are, some people I know are spending $800 a month on top of insurance or Medicare just on pharmaceuticals to try to do the best that they can to stop this, stop these conditions. And anyone who's out there knows that all drugs have a side effect, but there's a time and a place, and there's a spot when you gotta get stuck, and you're like, well, the fear kicks in, and you're willing to do whatever it takes. But I want to let people know that there's another solution. It doesn't require drugs, doesn't require any type of a surgery, and it's literally getting adjusted over, not just one adjustment. It takes a lot of reps, time and repetition to rebuild those pathways in the brain so that you can actually start to function and heal from the inside and out. Because that's the one thing that we know for certain is that the body, as long as you're alive, your body can heal. Because that's what's happening. Every single day you have cells that are dying off and they're being replaced with new ones, whether you feel healthy or not, that's still going on. So your body, if you're alive, is healing. And that is something that is a huge, huge, huge concept. It's so simple, but it's huge to understand that if you're alive, you can heal, and your body is trying to heal. So when we reconnect your brain to your body, we allow that to happen. And then it's up to you and the universe and God to make sure that you're able to express life at your highest potential, and whatever that is. And because we treat people with very difficult conditions, we see all sorts of ranges of success. We're from stopping the progression to things getting completely better. And man, it is so worth the shot. It is worth it, because there's not many other options out there, and this is a really good one, because you can heal from the inside out. So if you know anybody with Parkinson's or MS, share this video with them, encourage them with hope and healing. If you're in Northwest Arkansas region, we'd love to be able to take care of you. We're here locally in Rogers, but if not, contact us. We can put you in touch with people throughout the United States who work with this, see good results. And again, it's worth a shot. So share this message of hope and healing with them, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.